Welcome back to my channel, everybody. All right, so we are going to go over what has sold from March 26th all the way through April 4th. And we're just gonna go over a couple of little things that I wanted to talk to you guys about that I decided to do because my sales were just kind of lagging. Anybody else's kind of lagging? So I decided to run a sale on my items, and I've just kept the sale going, and I'm glad that I did because it is paying off. If you haven't tried this, you can go in your seller hub and you can kind of pick and choose if you want to do some of your items, a particular grouping of items, or if you want to do them all. I just picked all for mine. I wanted to boost my sales, and so far it's really worked. Number two, if you want to boost your sales even more, if you go in, which is such a pain, but all of the recommendations, all the specifics that eBay has added to when you go to post your listings, if you go through periodically and just highlight those or go and change a couple of those, and while you're doing it, go ahead and you can update your shipping, because as everybody knows that everybody has gone up in their prices everywhere, including shipping. And so this was a great opportunity for me just to go through. I was able to move around some pictures so that it kind of gives my listings kind of an updated look, go through the recommendations and the specifics, add those in, and then of course change the shipping. Most of my items now are going ground shipping. Even though I have tons and tons of priority boxes, priority has just skyrocketed, y'all. It's insane. And from where I am to send to, say, California, shipping now is $30 to California. So I went ahead and just updated it all, went and changed my shipping options to ground, and I suggest that you do the same or go and look at your items. Also too, if they're over a certain length, it's going to add like up to $15 per item. You will also get docked if you don't have exact measurements and exact weight. So if you've been kind of putting off buying a scale, I would suggest that you go ahead and pick one up. Also to always have a measuring tape handy. This will help you as well. All right, so enough with the hubbub. We're just gonna dive right on in. Okay, so first things first, we have this Under Armour jacket. Now I wasn't really sure how well this Under Armour jacket was going to sell because it did have like a company logo on it, but you just never know how those things are going to go. Paid $10, it sold for $40. Then we have these Fry clogs, and picked those up for $7.99. They sold for $80. Then we have this Gone with the Wind little like a little statue type memorabilia thing. Now this had a little broken piece on it. It didn't matter, they still wanted it, picked it up for $5.99, and it sold for $25.46. Now, mind you guys, all of the stuff that I'm telling you about are all the things that have sold during the sale. That's why the prices are just gonna be kind of all over the place with cents and pennies kind of thrown around. Then we have this Jacobson's loafers. Picked these up for $11 and they sold for $45. Never heard of them, but next time I see them, I'm definitely gonna be picking these up again. Then we have this vintage owl. It's a little porcelain owl. I picked up a ton of these and paid a little or nothing, maybe 25 cents, and it sold for $8. I added this in this listings rundown just because I wanted you to know that if you happen to see something like this at a garage sale for 10 cents, 25 cents, pick them up. They are worth it. Then you have this Victorian glass vase, picked it up for $5.99 and it sold for $31.45. This particular item I've had since I opened my eBay store. So I've had it listed for about a year and a month, and sure enough, it finally sold. All right, then we have this Med-Alert. It's like a little pill dispenser, picked it up for $5.99 and it sold for $49.95. Then we have this Rapid Ditch ship bag. Picked this bag up for $10, was brand new, still had the tags on it, and it sold for $61. Now, vintage toys, vintage anything vintage really, but vintage joys in particular, anything that brings nostalgia, definitely pick those up. Pick this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tray up for $3 and it sold for $20.36. Okay, so then we have this Fat Albert jacket. So pick this up for $10 and it sold for $59.46. Now, we have this Makista strawberry, it was like this little ceramic stone set. Picked up both pieces for $6.99 and it sold for $33.95. Then we have this new with tag Travis Mathis jacket. Can't read my own handwriting. Anyway, picked it up for $7 and it sold for $67.96. Then we have this 1996 Harley-Davidson T-Shirt. T-shirts sell really good and they have been selling really good, which is odd because I really hate listing shirts and clothing, but they seem to do really good. So maybe I need to start doing that a little bit more. So pick this shirt up for $267 and it sold for $24. Next, we have this, the front bottoms. I believe that's what it is. The front bottoms t-shirt, picked it up for $269 and it sold for $25.46. Then we have this vintage painted dish. It has brass handles and little birds on it. And I've actually had this one about the same amount of time that I have the pink vase. This one picked it up for $2.99 and it sold for $24. Again, these antiques and vintage items that are like the porcelain and the glass and the vases and stuff, they will sell. They just take a long time to sell. So as long as you just put them in your store and forget about them, you'll do okay. So apparently there were these Anico pigs. They're from 2002 and they were collectible pigs. I ended up picking up a couple of these. This one sold almost immediately. Picked it up for $6 and it sold for $39.95. All right, so then we have this hat. It is from 2019 and it was a Watson Challenge golf hat. Picked it up for free and it sold for $19 even. Yes. So anytime that you are maybe scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and you see, you know, free by the curb, or after garage sale, people put stuff by the road and it says, you know, free, take what you want. Pull over, take a look. You'll be quite surprised what you find. All right, so then we have this 1999 Enesco Friends of a Feather. This one I picked up from a local Goodwill. It came in a bag with several others, so divided them up, paid about 75 cents for this little piece, and it sold for $16.96. Then we have this Huntsman Ever After doll. It is one of those Ever After high, I guess kind of similar to like Barbie. This one picked it up in Laguna Beach for $3 and it sold for $18. Then we have the Last Supper. This was by the Berry Hill little bears, and this too was a vintage piece. Picked it up for $5.99 and it sold for $30. Then we have this Ping Golf Club cover. Picked it up for $5 and it sold for $16.99. Then we have, or sorry, $16.96. Then we have these Ping golf clubs. It was a whole set of them, so I'm about $21 in, and they sold for $115. Now, what did I do? What did I spend? And how much was made? All right, y'all ready? So I'm in at $138.23 and I sold $806.93. That is going to be it for my video for today. And as always, guys, be sure and subscribe. Bye.